Hi everybody, thanks for coming into the shop. You know, I accept your Christmas ornament challenge, but I'm going to do something different. I'm going to show you how to make one of these fancy hooks. This is what I use to hang my Christmas ornaments, and nobody else does it. Here's a close-up of my Christmas ornament hook. This is the raw materials for the ornament hook. It's a mild steel rod, about 1/8 of an inch thick. Actually, a little smaller than that would be okay too. Some folks say that looks like a coat hanger. Well, it is a coat hanger. Our tools are simple. A needle nose plier, a pair of wire cutters, a vice grip, a torch with a propane tank, and a hook gauge. You can make this yourself so that you always get the pieces exactly the same size all the time. I made this one. You can't buy them in any store. So let's cut the length for the actual hook that goes on the tree. Then let's cut the length for the eyelet. Yes, that's right. We also make the eyelet because we're cheap, and you want to make everything look like it's handmade. So if you go buy an eyelet someplace, someone's look at that and says, well, that's not handmade. This is handmade. After we cut the pieces, we grind a point on each end of the rod that will actually be the hook for the tree branch, and one point for the eyelet. And you can use a grinding wheel or any other way, but I use this little sander. It doesn't have to be perfect. Matter of fact, if it's perfect, it looks too machine made. The next step will be to make a curved end, like a little pigtail, on each point on the branch, for the part that goes on the branch. And the reason you do that is so that it doesn't look like your hook is ending into a piece of cut steel. Try to get the metal almost an orange hot. It won't stay hot very long, so you don't have much time to waste. You don't have to worry about melting it. See what I mean? It doesn't look like it ends into a piece of cut steel. Now do that for both sides and make the curlicue opposite. So when one bends in on one side, bend it the other way on the other side. To make the eyelet, what we'll do is we'll wrap the heated metal around a 1/4 inch steel rod, and that gives it the shape. And I actually have a jig here to do that with. Now, the way to get that curved like that is I have a pair of pliers that I cut a groove into the top, and then rounded it off so that when it grabs it, it squeezes it round. Not too bad. We'll make the part of the branch hook that connects to the eyelet, and we'll use that same 1/4 inch rod for the jig. We also get it hot. Using an anvil, flatten it out. Here's the jig to make the hook. I have a large set bolt here and the smaller set bolt here, and the piece of metal goes in here and bent around that that bolt. Makes it perfect every time. You have to put it in your vise. Have the curly Q sticking out. That's all there is to it. Take it to the anvil and flatten it out. Well, they look pretty rough the way they are, coming off the heat and being bent. So now we take them to the wire wheel and clean them up. Man, I tell you what, they're smooth as a baby's bottom. Okay, the way we connect the eyelet into the top finial is we put it through a hole clear through, and on the end, on the inside that's inside the ornament, bend it square. So what that does is, now you can't pull it out. Take the branch hook, open that up a little bit, slip it through the eyelet, then tighten everything closed. That's all there is to it. Now all we have to do is assemble the Christmas ornament. Here's the bulb, the bottom finial, and the top finial. Let's attach the top finial first, and we'll use super glue. I guess you folks on this channel like to call it CA. Only problem is you call it CA, 99% of the people don't know what you're talking about. So I call it super glue. Let that dry for about a second. Then we'll put the bottom finial. Make sure the glue goes all over the tenon. Then let that sit till it dries. Let's give it a test. Gee, this sure is a nice looking Christmas ornament. Folks, I'd be proud to hang that Christmas ornament. Well, this is my submission to the Christmas Ornament Challenge. I hope you like the way I make the hooks, and I hope you like the way the ornament looks. And hey, I'll see you later.